country music for any of you fans out there. Welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And we're off and running from Nissan Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. His first throw is an interception. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have, but boy, can it set a tone early.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returnable from the 1. Finds some space. He's past the 30. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw now. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They gained 14 on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Okonkwo brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's taken down at the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Titans will have a first down.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 21. Escapes the pocket. Couldn't connect there. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. He's on the move. Now here he goes. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Seahawks pick it up. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Look, you know, I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
This is Walker on 2nd. Up the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to get all the way up to the midfield stripe. Give him 24 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They have it on 2nd and short. Staying with Walker. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go now.
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Walker on first down. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Here we go. 7-5. Go.
Setting up a throw. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 13-0 lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the fumble recovery is made.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A 1st and 5 to begin this drive following the penalty.
18 left. Come on. Set.
Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5. That brings up second down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Handoff on second and short. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Let's go.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. The Seahawks working here. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. First and goal. Here's Walker. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Motioning one of the tight ends. Trying again, Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They'll try to run it with Walker. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready, hut.
They'll come out throwing. Finds his man over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
19,
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
go.
To throw here on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Ready.
Another try following the sack. Has the connection to Ridley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll throw on 1st. Has his man, it's Ridley. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Up and good from Joseph. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing it to start this drive. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go. 79 Bronco.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down. Offense in the hurry up here. Throw on 3rd down. He'll get this to Cup. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Has a lane inside the 25. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Walker crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And, yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds him over the middle. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown! The Titans start the second half with some needed points. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Titans make it an 18-point game. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Walker now from the gun. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running with Walker again. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. The ball is out. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 46. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Clark Phillips with the pick. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go!
Getting right back to it after that interception. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Complete over the middle. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. They get 22 on that one. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
Hey, check that.
Dropping back to throw. Brought in right side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw it on 1st down. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go, set. Go!
He'll throw it yet again. Flush down out to his left. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
3rd and long for him here. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Oh, put some heat. Brought in inside the 20. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Throwing now off play action. Headed out right. And after all that running, he ends up out of bounds deep behind the line of scrimmage. Not even a throwaway. That's going to count as a sack.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You've got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Seahawks moments away from their 4th win of the year. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now an inside give to Walker. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Charbonnet now up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a gain of only 1. Still 3 yards to go here on 4th down. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Punts away, and he really pulled out the lob wedge here. It is soaring high as they try to pin them deep. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. So no return on that punt. And the Titans will get set to take over.
Ready.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
Pass play on 1st and 10. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Seahawks take possession of the football.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Seahawks take this one on the road.